have a story for you. When I was in my early 20s, my hair started falling out. What started off as a few strands quickly turned into balls and balls of hair coming out in clumps. A combination of a thyroid issue, alopecia, crash dieting, even just abusing my hair with improperly installed extensions and loads of bleach left me with very little hair. That's when I discovered wigs. At first, I was so embarrassed to wear them. I was so embarrassed to wear wigs. I was convinced that people would know. I was convinced that people would somehow judge me for it. And I was so nervous to date someone and have them find out that my hair was a wig. I was so nervous that someone would know that what I was wearing was a wig. And that's when I met my now husband. I met my husband when I was wearing a wig every single day because my alopecia had gotten so bad. I was so convinced that he didn't know that my hair was a wig. I wore it all night long. So I would sleep over at his house and I would wear my wig the whole entire night, praying that it wouldn't shift when I was sleeping. We would go swimming and I would just keep my head above the water, trying to make it seem like, oh, I just don't want to get my hair wet. I was so embarrassed to be without it, and I was so embarrassed that somehow he would find out. So a year goes by and my hair started to need to be replaced. I had worn that wig for quite some time and the hair needed to be replaced, especially because I was wearing it all night, all day, like in the sun, everything. So I made up this elaborate story about how I was going to go to the salon to get my hair re-dyed because I couldn't get the wig to look exactly the same. It was a little bit of a darker color, and I was waiting at his house on the steps, and he came home and he looked at me and I had my wig on and I'm like, oh God, you know, I have to tell him like I got it done a little darker or whatever. And he goes, oh babe, your hair looks great. He goes, I love that new wig on you. In that moment, I was so embarrassed. I was so humiliated. I just like didn't know what to say. I was so taken aback. That whole time, he knew that I was wearing a wig. He knew the whole time and he never mentioned it or thought anything of it or thought that he should even comment on it because it doesn't matter. And in that moment, I felt like 300 pounds of bricks lifted from my shoulders, and I felt like I could just be me and I could enjoy my wigs and I could change them up and I wasn't going to be judged for it. He never judged me for it. It was that exact moment that I decided that the stigma that we have towards wig wearing for people with alopecia or for people who are undergoing chemo and are having a lot of hair loss from their cancer treatments, that stigma that we have when wearing wigs is something that needs to stop, because wigs have made me feel so powerful when I had alopecia, and now when I've recovered from alopecia, I've since then had a hair transplant, I've recovered from my alopecia, my hair is fine, but I still do have loads of hair. I don't need to wear a wig, but wigs make me feel confident, they make me feel powerful. I always feel like I am this messenger in the world of YouTube where I can tell you guys that if you're experiencing hair loss or thinning hair or fine hair and you want to wear a wig because you want to wear it to a party, you want to look amazing, or you want to wear it day to day, let go of that stigma, let go of what's holding you back from that, because it's just so unnecessary to feel so bad about something that's really no different than wearing extensions. We wear extensions all the time as women and we don't think anything of it, but for whatever reason, when it's a full wig, we put so much stigma on that. And that is something that I want to change here on YouTube. Today I partnered with Uniwigs. Thank you so much, Uniwigs, for collaborating with me on this video. I want to show you guys a few of the different wigs that I own from Uniwigs. Uniwigs is one of my favorite wig companies. I have 4 different wigs from them. I wear them all the time and they're all so different and unique. So you're gonna see them right now. Let's go. This first wig I want to show you is called Allure, and it's a brown balayage human hair lace front wig. As you can see here, there's lace throughout the front half and the rest is machine made. The hair knots are actually tied one by one onto the lace, and what the lace does is it lays on the scalp and gives the illusion that the hair is growing directly from the scalp. Lace front wigs are much more natural than machine made wigs, and they also allow you to change the part from the middle part to the side part and so on. This is the newest wig that I have and I absolutely Freaking love it. And I think the reason that I love it the most is because it's so light. It's super comfortable on the head. It's probably the most comfortable wig I have ever owned. It sits so naturally and so flat and beautiful on the head, but the weight of the hair is also a nice reasonable weight. It doesn't feel like you're drowning in too much hair. I think that this looks incredibly natural. The next wig that I want to show you is called Perfection, and it's also a brown balayaged wig. It has a deeper quality of color than Allure, but it is so natural and so gorgeous. I have worn this wig in a middle part. I've worn it half up. You can see a lot more details about that wig in this video that I specifically made about it. I get so many compliments on this wig. I get a lot of compliments in that video that I made because I show how to style it in different ways, but I also get a lot of compliments when I wear it in real life. It is undetectable in real life that it is not real. It also has a nice light quality and is also very comfortable on the head. Double thumbs up. Freaking love that wig. Allure and Perfection are pretty similar with the exception that the color is different. So in Allure you get a lot more of those light caramel tones, and Perfection has a little bit of a deeper balayaged quality, but they're both excellent. The next wig is called Gabrielle, and it is way out of my comfort zone, but man, I love it. This is a long ash blonde human hair wig. When I first got it, it was all blonde with no shadow root, so I took it upon myself to do a full customization on it. If you want to see that video, I will link it here. When I first got that wig, I was wearing it as a full ash wig, and I felt very Game of Thrones when I had that wig on, but it's been really fun kind of changing up the tones of the blonde and even shadow rooting it to create a different kind of quality in the wig. That is a great thing about human hair wigs. You can customize them, and I customize almost every single one of my human hair wigs. This one, Allure, I just got it and I haven't given it a haircut or anything. This is straight from the box. All I did was straighten it out, but I do have wig customization videos on here. Again, I'm gonna link them all for you guys if you want to get more information, but just doing little things like plucking the hairline, giving it a trim, adding some face framing, styling it, you can really make it your own. And if you go to a hairdresser who's good at working with wigs, you can get them colored as well. So if you want to change the tone a little bit of the highlights, or you want to change the tone of the blonde, or you want to add a shadow root, it's totally possible when you are working with high quality human hair wigs. Let's talk about Serena. Serena is a lace top human hair wig. This is a long A-line bob. It can be worn curly and can be worn straight. The best part of this wig is the quality. It's excellent. The lace work is beautifully done, and it's also a very unique haircut. You can see that it's a long bob that kind of graduates forward. So it starts shorter in the back and gets longer throughout the front. It has really like Cleopatra vibes. I'm wearing it in that middle part, so it's very modern, but again, you can move it over to the side part if you want to give a little more fullness to the front. It's very adaptable and very flexible. This wig is the one that has a statement haircut. This is a haircut that you will notice. This is something that is really chic, sophisticated. It's full. The color is magnificent. It's, again, a beautiful wig and can be styled in different ways to give you really different vibes. This year I have a goal of getting 100K subscribers. This is the year. So if you like this type of content, if you need a hairstylist bestie to help you and guide you, then definitely subscribe down below. Give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel grow. I'll see you next week. Bye.